Right, welcome back, everybody. I've got Jerome Barvater telling me to get on with it today. Jerome, how many years of the show have we done now? Are we in 15 years?
We're in 15.
I was just thinking about this back the other day. Of course, we started back in the day on Good Hope FM, brought it through, and today we've even graced by the presence of masters like Alistair Tace.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing where the show is going through. Right? Never knew we were going to get so many clever people on the show.
I know.
And one thing that I never thought that I could last 15 years with you.
Jerome, you take the words out of my mouth. All right, folks, but this is what it's all about. It's the Western Province Rugby family. You watch Cape Rugby TV every weekend. And I must just do a shout out for everybody else, everybody that's out there. Cape Rugby TV exists because of you that are out there, and we know how many of you actually every Wednesday make sure that you race home quickly to watch the show. And it's such a pleasure and a privilege to be talking about rugby in this space. But we're talking now about the score, Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. Don't forget, we give you an opportunity to win yourself a case of score a little bit later. So don't go away. We're going to talk about that and cyber-smart internet service providers. But let's go to the Derby match. This wasn't necessarily a Derby match on the day, but they've played so many derbies already this year. Would you guys, Alistair, would you like to take a guess which game I'm going to now?
No.
Derbies of the biggest derby? Okay.
No.
Folks, here we go. This is Hamiltons and Villages.
Oh.
Not again.
All right, there we go. This is, of course, Hamiltons and Villages, and who you would never have guessed, folks. 12 all had draw, Hamiltons and Villages. Hamiltons have had a couple of draws now, Jerome. And at the moment, and we're still looking at the logs and speculating a little bit about who's going to go through. We'll wait for the final announcement. But Hamiltons, it looks like they are going to be the highest of the fourth team rankings. And currently on the log points, they will, if we read it correctly, and folks, again, we're waiting for final confirmation from Western Province Rugby, they would have just scraped through and made it, I think, 1 point above Langa maybe, but Hamiltons will be probably wondering that they left, it could have left it too late, but they made it.
Yeah, look, it would be good for them if they made it, because there's a lot of under 20s and under 19s play there, which is also good. So it's a good achievement if they can make it with their team.
Yeah, but Alistair, you don't want to leave it to the fine lines like that, huh?
Yeah, you know, but before day 2 ends, you want to know you're in that top 3.
Yeah.
So you in the knockout place.
Yeah, we'll of course have, hopefully we'll get Renzel Botman back in the studio. He's of course coaching the Hamilton Sevens. One of the elements that I wanted to also engage with you, Jerome, and folks, we're still going to take a look at Tygerberg and Eersterivier and Violets and Blue Stars. That's still coming up after the break. But Jerome, it's that time of the year that a lot of clubs are busy finalizing their team structures for next year. And we've already seen quite a lot of announcements of new coaches. Management teams, currently still a lot of teams that are busy advertising, recruiting and so on. I suppose it's a good idea to get it all out the way now.
Yeah, it's good. And it's you see some coaches from clubs, rivalry clubs, move to the club that they coach. The previous or this year they were Club X and now they go to the next club. So obviously the clubs are doing their homework and they're recruiting and but most of the clubs have finalized their coaches now, which is good because it's sort of now they're going into a pre-season, off-season phase now, which is important to know exactly now, so the players know who's going to be in charge, who's going to be with the club, and it's also a draw card for players to come to your club if you know who's going to coach there. If you like the coach, if you don't like the coach, you obviously move on. So it's the right time, to announce who the coaches are.
Yeah, Alistair, what I am seeing is quite a lot of announcements on social media. A lot of clubs, I mean, we'll talk about awards and that in a second, but a lot of clubs announcing alliances. In fact, I think I saw Rangers announcing an alliance with the Ottoman Cricket Club. So there's an interesting strategic play there. Jerome sent me something. We know Rangers, I think, is busy already with their pre-season or off-season training, busy out there. Silverleaf or Silvertree, we saw them last week already, played sevens on the Saturday, but on the Sunday they were out at Muizenberg Steps. Clearly there's a connection between leadership and activity.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, so even though the sevens tournament's happening, there's still a whole club behind the sevens squad, and they need to be kept active. And it's actually nice to see clubs forming alliances because you can help one another in the off-season and pre-season. There's no reason a club can't train together or have an off-season program together, to better one another.
But is it also a question because we're seeing more leadership come through the ranks in terms of good administration, good strategic planning? There seems to be a leadership structures of individuals that have got pretty good game plans in place. Constitutions are working, the management structures are getting set up, but those clubs also seem to be the ones that are busy.
Yeah, so it's not just your leadership from a rugby perspective on the field. There's the back end, your executive or your committee of your club that's continuously working over the 12-month period. Long gone is rugby an 8-month sport. It's now a 12-month sport.
So do you think
And like you said, these leaderships in these clubs now, they're the ones that's forming alliances with other clubs because how can we improve one another's community? How can we help one another grow in the community from a club perspective?
So Jerome, if we look at it as call it the CEO of a company or a structure like that, is it a question now of the administrators who are clever enough, they understand that the player is their product, and that the product is going to expire if they don't keep the product busy. So keep them busy, keep them activity, otherwise the product expires and then you've got to reload the shelf.
Yeah, it's definitely like that, and like you were saying, the clubs are forming alliances is because it's cricket season also now. So if you don't join in like in combined stuff, you're gonna lose out. Like the cricket guy's gonna tell you, you can't use my field because it's cricket. But if you join in and you say, listen, you've got 12 of our players playing cricket for you, and we can and it's all about how they align with each other, and I think that's what they do because they're not stupid anymore.
100%.
All right, folks. Yes, we are definitely seeing the correlation, the connection between those that have got good leadership and that, for some reason, the same clubs are staying busy. So we'll take a look at that more in the weeks to come. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the Score Western Province Club Rugby 7 review and preview. It's all happening at City Park this weekend. Back in a sec.